No offside. Welcome back to another episode of No Offsides. Our guest today is a part of Two Goalies. He's co-owner of Lightning Rod Energy and co-owner of the new Texas Scorpions pro roller team in Texas. I want to welcome Daniel from Two Goalies. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been excited for this one. There's a lot going on. We'll jump into the roller side.
Yep.
You between TikTok, Instagram, all the videos you and Josh put out, Two Goalies. You know, how did Two Goalies come together?
So I own the brand. I'm co-owner of Lightning Rod Energy, and we have a lot of athletes that span from many different sports, whether it's UFC, power slap, supercross, PBR bull riding, NHL athletes, semi-pro athletes. The scope is very, very large. So I kind of started to get into the influencers in hockey. And I saw that Josh was I watched his videos through, the Lightning Rod accounts and all that. And I saw he was out of Texas, and we had a mutual friend. Cole Rose which was our mutual friend. I reached out to Cole. I was like, hey, do you have Messic's number? I want to reach out to him and bring him on as an affiliate for Lightning Rod Energy to push the product. And so that's kind of how we met. And, I reached out to Josh, we had a meeting, and he started pushing the product. And then little by little, he's like, hey, come play on the semi-pro team that he owns or co-owns, which was the Mansfield Barracudas. And then from there, we kind of started just tinkering with making some funny videos. And then it just kind of sprouted from there. We noticed that our personalities, yes, they're different, but they mesh very well together. I'm more of the rated R version. He's the PG version, and we kind of come together to make PG-13, which is kind of funny for our videos. So it's like I'll say some stuff or do some stuff. He's like, yo, whoa. And then sometimes he'll go ahead and do something like, come on, man, we need some more energy here. So it works very well.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's great. I mean, I haven't really dabbled into I'm sure some similar videos between Instagram and TikTok, right? And so, the latest one I saw was, I guess, the one where one of you went in the penalty box, and then it was just like, oh, why are you in the penalty box? And then you're like, oh, I don't know, I've never been in there before.
Yeah, that's funny because most of our stuff usually we'll have a plan, whether it's, we're going to see Nick the goalie and making videos with him, or Bonesy out of Nashville, or having Gabby Gibson, come make videos with us. We will make a script, or not even a script, but like a bullet point list of like, hey, this video. And for the most part, we never even touch any of those ideas, and everything just sprouts it like in the moment. So that video you're talking about, Josh is just like, I'm going to go sit in the penalty box. I never get to. And then he just sat there, and that kind of happened. But yeah, it's just kind of funny. It's all in the moment kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great because it all feels pretty natural.
Yeah,
Very natural. And that's what you want too, right? Because you don't want it to be like, oh, this is scripted.
100%. I agree with you.
So, so I mean, is this kind of like videos get shot as you're together? Just it's like, we're hitting the ice, do a couple little trainings, or is it just like, hey, let's go to the ice, let's just shoot some videos?
It kind of just depends. I mean, Josh lives like 15 minutes away from me. So it's either, we're just like, hey, let's go ahead and, go to the rink and, shoot some videos, because our gear is over in the Mansfield rink because we have the locker room there. So, our gear's there. We'll go out there, film some videos, or sometimes like after practice, we'll be like, hey, you know what, there's like an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We'll just kind of have an idea. We'll film it that way. It just kind of depends what we have going on. And then now with, our partnership with the Den rink, we'll go out there whenever they have like available times to shoot some, roller content, which we're starting to film now as well.
And that's what I was just going to ask you is like, is this also segue from ice videos to roller videos? And you just kind of answer that.
So yeah, we do both. I mean, or we do mainly ice because, we are ice goalies, but, we love the game of roller hockey. I'm very new to it. Josh has been like pushing me and egging me on to like get into it because he's a fanatic about it. And he's like, dude, you got to try it. It's so much fun. And I'm like, I'm an ice goalie. I've never tried it. But once I started to play it and I got into it, I fell in love with the sport. So we, in general, our passion is hockey. It doesn't matter if it's ice or roller. We love the game of hockey. And there's so many different avenues that we can take our videos when it comes to roller hockey, ice hockey, floor hockey. I mean, like hockey in general is just a great sport. So, but yes, we're going to start making a lot of roller content, especially, with some of our friends like Mr. Heffy and whatnot, and then also continue to do our ice videos as well.
Sure. And I mean, did I see you guys were a part of the goalie games too?
Yeah, so that's just that's Josh and I. So Josh and I put that game on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was a Lightning Rod Energy goalie content creator game hosted by Two Goalies, and Josh and I, everything. I mean, from top to bottom. If it was improving the locker room that we were out of, or creating all of the graphics for the game, and getting the live stream set up, and bringing everyone together there, and getting the jerseys and everything was. It was all like a lot of friends and family pitching in that we could
Sure.
not have done it without them, and even some of the people that were coming from the goalie game, we had massive, massive help from a lot of them, and we can't thank them enough because it was amazing to see kind of the community to come together and kind
Yeah.
of help us bring that game to life. But Josh and I sometimes were at the rink until 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight,
Yeah.
painting like VIP tables and just trying to get everything ready for it. It was crazy.
Well, if you want it to be great, it's just you got to put in the work. I mean, it's unfortunate that 3 a.m. is kind of your, where the cutoff is, but I mean, it was great. I mean, I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed the content that came out of it. It's
Thank you.
something. It's something different.
Yeah, it was something that was very different. And what's funny is, like when we say friends and family too, like Josh's wife, Amber, she was there with Josh and I painting some of these VIP tables and stuff at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Bless her heart. She put, a lot of work in. And my girlfriend as well, she pitched in and did an amazing job of just kind of helping facilitate and make sure that everyone was in the places they needed to be, or helping during the live draft where she was interviewing after every time someone got drafted. So she
That's
was a huge help as well. It's just everyone kind of came in, pitched in, and made it what it was, and we're so grateful for that. So it was definitely a fun time, and the videos and content that have come out of it have been amazing. And Warrior too. We can't thank Warrior Hockey enough, and all of our other sponsors that pitched in, because without them, this wouldn't have happened. So we're very, very appreciative to our sponsors for coming in and having our backs with that.
that's awesome. Now, you're wearing a Wish Cup hat.
Yes.
You are originally an ice goalie.
Hmm.
You have now started moving into more roller. I mean, what brought you to Wish Cup? I mean, what's your thoughts behind Wish Cup? I mean, how was your experience first time?
So Wish Cup, I didn't know what to expect. So first, Josh is in roller before me already, and he was going with the team out there to play. And he was just saying, hey, you got to get on a team, you got to get on a team. But I didn't really have any connections into the roller other than Josh and our friend Nick Whiteock as well. And Nikki went ahead and is the one that put me in touch with the team I ended up playing for, which was the Trash Sharks. He put me in touch with Matt. And man, what an amazing group of people. Those guys are awesome individuals, the coolest dudes you'll ever meet,
Oh yeah,
very welcoming, kind-hearted. And you know what? When they played hard, and it was
nice.
really, really fun to watch. But going towards the tournament in Wish Cup, Colby puts on an amazing tournament. He puts on an amazing event, and I have nothing but good things to say about Colby and his event. I mean, it is top notch. All the fine little details that he puts into his Wish Cup events are phenomenal, and he thinks of everything. So I truly am a big fan of Colby on how he ran his events and how he's running more of his events. And I think he does a great job at bringing the community together and growing the game, because at the end of the day, that's what these events are for: the goalie game, Wish Cup, all these tournaments, even playing the sport and travel. It's all about growing the game, getting more people to view the game, to view the players playing it, and inspire and spark more growth. That's the whole point of why we do this. So I think he's doing a great job, and I'm very excited for the next one coming up.
Oh, so you're hooked.
Oh, I'm hooked. Yeah, I'm hooked. I had never played like in a official like roller tournament before that.
Yeah.
I kind of like a couple local games here and there, back here in DFW, but that was my first ever official roller tournament. So I really didn't know what I was getting myself into it, and what I was even like expecting out of it. All I knew is I was like, I can't slide. I can't move very well. I just need to go ahead and just dive around and flop around. So it worked out. We ended up winning
Yeah.
the entire A division, and I was not expecting that whatsoever. I mean, the last day we had 4 games,
Oh yeah.
and I will tell you, it's hot, especially in the goalie year. It's very hot. but we got through it. We came together as a team and we pulled it out. It was great.
Yeah, the the Wish Cup's great. I've gone almost every year. Uh, didn't get to play you,
Okay.
but
Were you in that same division?
I was in the same division,
Which team were you?
the Aces.
Okay. I think I might have seen you guys play. I'm not too sure. Yeah, we didn't play you though.
So the Trash Sharks are good buddies of ours. We play against them all the time. The best part is that typically they will invite anyone to come. They will set a grill out. They'll cook a crap ton of food, and it's like,
That's
hey,
just
hey,
such
you
good,
hungry? You hungry?
great
and
food.
and if you end up going there in the fall winter time, they usually have a TV set up with football on. So they just like to hang out, have a good time, play some hockey. As you said, play hard, and just you want a good vibe. That's a team you should probably play on.
100%. I mean, again, I can't say enough great things about them. I mean, amazing, amazing people and the coolest individuals, and they know how to play the game too. I'll tell you what, they're very good players, especially Michael Curtis. Michael Curtis is a very good player.
Michael Curtis. No, he's a good dude. Love the man. But yeah, no, it's Wish Cup is just like something special that started from nothing and built its way up. And I wish Colby would bring back the IV tent because that thing is was a miracle, especially in the Nashville heat.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it because I've never played in anything like this before. So I just know that Josh was telling me like get ready because it's outside, it's gonna be
Yeah.
hot. So like we had like these cold vests and stuff that you could stick ice packs in and whatnot. And we were chugging, liquid IV and whatnot just to try to stay hydrated. But I mean, there was points where it was just a lot. It
Oh yeah.
was a lot, and it was very again, I wasn't used to it. So there's times like, especially in that one day I had 4 games where I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get through this because it was just so hot. Even one of the games too, it's a funny story that, so Josh has a condition and he sweats profusively. Once he starts sweating, he can't stop.
Hmm.
So he had a back-to-back game and he was sweating so much that like he looked white as a ghost where he couldn't even like play the next game. My gear is in the hotel because I wasn't even playing that day. So I had to get in his gear and
Oh.
it was soaked. And I went and I played in his game. We lost, but that was my first Wish Cup entrance was playing in his gear, soaked while he's like trying to cool down
Oh.
and go to the hospital. And I mean, we lost, but it was just like, all right, this is how we're starting. Here we go. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Oh man, I don't want to wear someone else's gloves, let alone wear an entire goalie equipment from someone else.
It was soaked. Like, I mean, when I tell you it was soaked, it was like he put a hose on it and it was just soaked. It was very uncomfortable,
Oh.
that's for sure. But thankfully, we're the same height.
Yeah.
So it worked out. Like, it all fit.
Oh man. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed Wish Cup, and you're gonna have to show more content on future visits of going and playing roller tournaments.
100%.
Now, lightning rod energy.
Yes.
I mean, when you talk lightning rod energy, I mean what? I mean, I can be honest. I've heard great things, but what is your pitch to people who've never heard of it?
So basically, Lightning Rod Energy, it's a company that is run by my dad and I. We're business partners in it. He's the one who created the formula, and he is a health nut. He is extremely careful what he puts in his body, and it started by him just kind of concocting a pre-workout supplement, shot, drink that he would take that would give him no crash, no spike, no jitters, and is also keto friendly because he does the keto fasting.
Okay.
And it was chalk. Like when he first started, mixing all the ingredients together, and he gave it to me, and it was like chalk. And I was like, wow, this is awful. But it worked. Like I
Yeah.
took it before one of my games, and I came back home. I was like, Dad, this stuff's amazing. This works. We need to market this. So him and I came together, and 2.5 years later, here we are with the pre-workout supplement shot. It's a 3-ounce shot. Crack it, drink it, you're good to go. But it's not just for before working out. It's a very versatile product that you can go ahead and use for if you're taking a long drive, if you're a soccer mom, if you're studying. It's something that doesn't give you this horrendous crash. There is no crash. It's a very slow tapered wean off.
Okay.
And then the spike, there is no spike. It slowly ramps up. You can ride it for a long time, and you're not getting those jitters that you'd get from drinking these other caffeinated products that are on the market. And that's why so many professional athletes and so many of our athletes take it, because they find a benefit in it. Like a supercross racer, we partner with 12 of them. And when they're on the line, they can't have an elevated heart rate. They need to be as calm as a cucumber, especially when you're on a gate with 20 plus other riders and you're like this close to each other. And that's an extreme sport. I mean, that's crazy what they do, but they're just like, Daniel, I'm dialed in, I'm focused, and I all I see is just what's in front of me. And the same thing goes for our other athletes, whether they're in the NHL, ECHL, AHL. If it's a different sport entirely, we get the same feedback that, hey, I didn't get the jitters. I was focused, I was dialed in, and I had energy. And even when I was done competing, I had energy to prolong me after that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Blood and Feathers, they enjoyed it. They told me all about it.
Yep.
You know,
Arnie Asuna, I'm assuming.
yep, Arnie Asuno, their coach as
Yep.
well. You know, so like I've and also just people that I've heard at Wish Cup as well talking about it, because you know you're walking around, you guys have a camera, and I was like, at first I was like, who's that? And they're like, oh, that's Lightning Rod Energy, and I was like, I don't know if I've heard of them yet.
Yeah.
And they're like, people are like, oh, dude, it's so good. And I was like,
We're
okay.
trying. We're trying. Again, it's a family owned and operated company. You know, we put all of our we put so much hard work and we put our tails behind it, and you know, we're just head down and just keep trying to grow little by little. It's definitely starting to get bigger and bigger, which is great. And we're excited for the future with the company. But the biggest thing for us is we just wanted to put a product that's out there, that works and that's healthy for the individual. We can't promote a product that's not going to give the individual benefit that's taking it or that's bad for you. So we're very passionate about that. And we're very passionate to go ahead and give something in the market that's good for people that they can get a benefit out of. But at Wish Cup, I was like, oh, you get a lightning rod. You get a lightning rod. I was passing him out and whatnot. But yeah, no, Arnie, he definitely enjoys. I think he's in France now. Actually, he's playing in the top pro league out there in France for roller. So I'm super excited for him. I think he's going to do great out there.
Yeah, best of luck to Arnie. Um, but so is there just one flavor of Lightning Rod Energy?
Correct. Yeah.
And what is it?
So it's Blue Raz for the moment. It's a 3 ounce shot, but we are a supplement company. So granted, yes, we have the one flavor and the one product, but we are starting to branch and expand. You know, we wanted to crawl before we could walk and then walk before we can run. So we're starting to get to the point where now we're going to have, you know, powder sticks, and we're going to branch off from that. So that way there's different products that are coming. But right now we do have the pre-workout. We're starting to look into cans as well to bring in, you know, some energy drinks, but the energy drinks are going to be, again, healthy for you. It's not going to be, you know, full of, you know, things that you don't know what's in there. But yeah, it's Blue Raz, and we do have other flavors in the vault. You know, we're starting to look at maybe bringing out a black coffee flavor that we've had that is phenomenal, tastes amazing. And then we also have a strawberry kiwi flavor that is phenomenal as well. So there are other flavors in the vault that are coming, but little by little we'll get there.
Okay, so you guys aren't going to put beer in your cans by accident.
No, unfortunately not. Yeah, no, we're going to stay away.
Darn. No, I look forward
However,
to it.
I
What?
will say though, then our semi-pro team that Josh and I play for the ice, they've taken Pink Whitney and they've taken the shot and they've mixed them together, and apparently it tastes really good. So I have heard that. I don't drink. I haven't, you know, personally experienced it, but from what I've heard from, you know, others that have experienced it, they say it's not half bad.
Okay. I mean, well, because does your drink's probably what? No sugar or very
Correct.
little?
It's yeah, so it has no sugar, and it is, yeah, so it's the Pink Whitney adds an
Yeah.
interesting flavor to it,
Yeah,
I guess.
it adds a very sweet flavor to it. So I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see it working. A blue raspberry lemonade type s kind of thing.
apparently it's good. So I don't know.
Now, let's shift to what has become this hot topic in a multitude of ways.
Okay.
Uh, you have decided to create a pro roller team called the Texas Scorpions out of Denton, Texas.
Correct. Yes.
And so, you know, this has been spun in many different directions. And I'm sure you did not want it to spin in the like some of the scenarios that's happening, but like, what's the thought process of why now create a pro roller team?
So this is kind of it's a bigger picture thing because it's not just about the pro roller team. So Josh and I had a really have a big vision that, with the little platform that we have, we want to go ahead and grow the game and grow the community, where we live here in, Dallas, Fort Worth,
Sure.
because that's important to us. We've grown up playing here. I've grown up playing here, and one, hockey is very expensive. We all know that. It's a very expensive sport to play. My parents, had to fight tooth and nail to be able to afford to put me through hockey. And, I've always taken that into account as I've grown to see, all the years that they did that and sacrifice that they made for me to
Yeah.
play the sport. Again, I'm new to roller hockey, and I know that, but it doesn't mean I'm not passionate, or Josh and I are not passionate about the
Sure.
sport and the game in general, because we have been playing hockey for a long time. I've been playing ice hockey since I was 4 years old. Like, my dad hovered me over the ice when I was a small child. Like, don't know if that was a good thing or not,
Yeah.
but the why now is because with the little platform that we have, we want to start putting it to good use. And, Denton is very close to our house. Josh and I live about 15 minutes away from the rink. And Joe, the owner there, is a phenomenal owner. He runs a great business. And so I wanted to partner my Lightning Rod Energy company with the rink to go ahead and kind of get the product in the door. And not just that, but to help us build awareness of, the branding, because I want to start bringing my pro players that I have into the building to then bring more traction and more people into the rink, which then allows the game, to grow, allows
Yes.
more audience to come into the rink. Whether if that's the ECHL players that, we partner with, or NHL players, or even some of my other athletes, if it's some of my PBR bull riders or whatnot. The whole point is to kind of like partner the name to help grow the building, grow the brand, and bring more awareness to it. Now, for the pro team, we're doing the pro team, and then under it, we're doing the youth organization out of there. The pro team, Josh and I aren't playing on the pro team. We're not at that level. It's just not realistic. So, we did sign a great goalie that plays in the top pro league in France. That will be our starting pro goalie. His name's Tanner Rusnak. Really great kid, good dude, a good friend of ours, and a phenomenal goalie as well. He's going to be the one backstopping it, not Josh and I. But the point of the pro roller team is to be able to go out, bring awareness to the organization, bring awareness to the rink that it's housed out of. So that way we can get more eyeballs on the organization, on the rink, and in the game. And then Josh and I are able to push it out on our platforms to get more people aware and try to bring more people to play the game that we all love,
Yeah.
whether it's ice, whether it's roller. The biggest thing is that is being used as a tool to go ahead and drive, where kids can come in and be like, I want to be like that one day. I want to play on that team. I want to be a professional roller player. Where can I start? Where can I dive in? And then they can come and play in the youth program to work their way up to get there. It gives them something to strive for, something to go after, something to dream about. And that's what we want. We want to bring in more people to play this sport. The more people playing the sport, the better for the community, the better for the sport. And that's what we want. And that's our main goal. And that's also like in ice as well. We want that in ice. We want to utilize our platform to just grow the community, grow the game, grow the sport, and bring people together. That's the main goal of all of this. And what's cool too is the pro team. A lot of the guys are local, and the local guys are going to help to train, the youth program kids that are
Nice.
coming up and whatnot, and bring them out onto the floor and help them with their skills, so that way they can grow their skill in their game as well. And the other thing too is, like I said, hockey is very expensive. So the deals that we have in place and that we've implemented with some of these great sponsors and brands that we're going to start to announce soon, it's going to help to subsidize the cost for kids getting into the youth program that we have. So that way it's not as expensive to go buy a stick. It's not as expensive to go buy jerseys, gloves, helmets, or any of that. The whole point is to make it as accessible as possible to everyone, because everyone should be able to enjoy this game, enjoy the sport.
No, I love the angle because I especially love, like, anyone can go out there and just say, like, hey, we're putting in a pro team, but you have said, hey, we're putting in a pro team. We're going to build it with local people from that are, whether they play higher up in like the ice hockey world, that they play both, right? Or they're playing pro over in Europe, and then you're like, and then through their commitment, they're going to help us with a youth program, but then through our sponsors, we're going to kind of liquidate the cost of hockey.
Correct.
And that all sounds great, and I respect you for that, and I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the main goal for us is like making it as accessible as possible for everyone because like I said, the two goalies thing, it's great. We make funny videos and all that, and that's all well and good, but we do get a lot of eyeballs. And we're still small. That's the thing. Like we're not these massive creators, we're not. But we want to utilize what little platform we have for good. This is the best way that we think that we can go ahead and provide, for our community is
Sure.
this way.
No, I love it. Um, I can't wait to see where this goes, and I hope these false stories on social media and these videos that are, painting this, this villain kind of aspect. You know, continue to ignore them because that's all they are. You know,
Yeah,
it
at the end of the day, Josh and I just like to focus on positive
yeah,
and just move forward in a positive direction. And if it's not positive or it's not in a positive direction, we pay it no mind or no time. At the end of the day, we know what we're doing, we know what we want to do and how we want to grow the game and the community. And we have a lot of support. And even, the rink itself, the Denton facility, the owner Joe is a great owner, a great guy, and he sees, the vision and same thing too. He wants to go ahead and grow the game and grow the community. And at the end of the day, when you have more people playing roller hockey, that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
yeah, absolutely. And we want more people playing hockey, regardless of whether it's roller or ice. We want more
100.
people on skates. We want more youth involvement.
Yep.
It's something that even the NHL is seeing struggle for ice hockey. Numbers are down, and that's why
100.
and that's why the NHL, a decent amount of the NHL teams now are investing in roller hockey rinks.
It's a great way to grow the game because, again, it is less expensive than ice because ice is expensive. To maintain ice is expensive. So this is a great way to get more people playing hockey. And that's, again, the main goal at the end of the day. And, the Lone Star Events and Sports out of Denton is behind that. And we're very excited to partner with them in all different ways, whether it be Lightning Rod Energy, Two Goalies, or, the Texas Scorpions. Again, the main goal of all of this is to just grow the game, grow the community, and just try to do as much good as we can. I mean, that's just it's just plain and simple as that.
I gotta ask, you've been releasing several players on your team. Okay. Um, I can insert a joke about Enzer if I wanted to, but I'm not going to because I love the dude.
Hey,
But
Karen, that's a good friend of mine for a while.
but you've already kind of talked about kind of what's going into picking your roster. Now, I'm curious on, is this like a every day we're getting a new player, or is this kind of spread out?
So I'm going to spread it out a little bit. To be honest, I have most of the roster already solidified and picked. The it's just I kind of want to add a little bit of suspense to it. But yeah, no, we're going to be getting some new players, just kind of dripping throughout, the next couple of weeks and whatnot. What's great, and also why I'm signing some of these players as well, is because not only are they great hockey players, and they're also great people.
Yeah.
And they're going to go ahead and devote time to help growing the youth program and teaching and providing their knowledge to these kids that are going to be coming through the youth program as well, and whether that be camps, whether that be practices, whether that be showing up to their games and critiquing. So that's another main aspect of what I'm looking at. And
Okay.
even the guys that aren't local are willing to go ahead and travel out to help when needed, when if it's a game, if it's a tournament or whatnot, to help coach and lend their insight, which is great. So that is also a major thing that I'm looking at whenever we are, adding players to our pro team.
Okay. Now, the one thing I got to take a jab here at Enzer. So you started with the worst players, and every other player released after Enzer is just they get better, right, in skill.
Enzer is gonna do just fine. He's
No,
a
I know.
player. He'll adapt very well. We just released Doogie Lagrone, who's a very good friend of mine as well. He's playing for the Tulsa playing in the ECHL, Tulsa Oilers. It's a great organization, but he's a great guy. And I have some other big guns that I'm not going to be able to release until their season is officially over, or their ice season's over. But those will be big surprises as well. We're excited about that. But I will say that tomorrow we'll get another player, and the day after we'll get another player shown. But it's just really cool to see the community kind of coming together and just in full support of everything that, we're doing. Again, it's just positive minded, positivity first is just kind of our full focus at this point.
Now, are we going to see? Obviously, we're seeing some familiar faces. We're
Mhm.
seeing some other faces um, that aren't necessarily already on the pro circuit. Are we going to get in the future a mixture of both of like new faces of players that typically wouldn't participate in a pro circuit but now are interested, and then also people that we've already seen kind of on the
Correct.
scene already?
You'll see a couple that have been on the scene already, and you're gonna see some new faces, and you're gonna see guys that are gonna come from Europe as well that haven't even been on the pro circuit, but are very, very good hockey players. So you're gonna get a mixture of everything. When we go to these tournaments, again, the main focus is to have a great time, grow the game, grow the community, get eyeballs, get attention. So that way it attracts more people to want to play the game. That's the biggest, goal. But we are going to compete. We're not going to go and show up to these tournaments and not compete. That's one thing I can say. But at the end of the day, you will get a mix, and it's going to be fun to see how it all kind of comes together.
I love it. I know you got to run soon, but before you go, is there anything else that you want to add? Anything else that you think that we should anything that anyone that you want to shout out? Anyone that anything that you think that people should know about?
Honestly, I think, I got to give a bunch of, thanks to my partner in this, Josh Messick, works his tail off for our brand, Two Goalies, works his tail off for, the Texas Scorpions. And, he has a full-time job on top of that. And, I got to always, give him a big shout out and thanks. Um, Honestly, our friends and family, with the support that they've showed us, and just the community as well. I got to give a shout out to the community for supporting. And, I'm getting DMs every day from people just, in our corner supporting everything that we're doing. And it's great to see and it's great to hear. And it makes us want to, grow and push even harder to make sure that, we're doing right by everyone. So a big shout out to everyone in the community, Josh Messick, friends and family. And I appreciate you even having me on the podcast as well. It means a lot.
Yeah, no, I listen. I love roller hockey. I love when something new happens in the roller world because it gets stale very fast. So I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you expanding roller hockey and adding an adult team, and also I look forward to seeing what the youth program and everything with that because I'm sure you're going to shoot content with that. But thank you.
Yeah, no, we're stoked on it. And honestly, and everyone that's accepted us into the roller scene, thank you. And we're excited to go ahead and start the youth program, start playing the other youth organizations, within Texas that are in the area, and just grow the game together. So we're super stoked about it. But yeah, I appreciate your time and having me on, and look forward to meeting you in person here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. And so here's that time. Make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. I always like to respond, or I live and just like it. Um, and also, if you're playing roller hockey and you're forechecking, don't let up because there's no offsides in roller. Daniel, thanks for joining me. Appreciate you. Good luck in the future.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Talk soon.
Yep.